Good evening. I'd like to call the village board meeting for the Village of Cary for Tuesday, February 19th, 2019 to order with roll call, please.
Betts?
Here.
McAlpine?
Here.
Kraus?
Here.
Cavelli?
Here.
Kostler?
Here.
Weinhammer?
Here.
Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hey, Chief, could you see if anybody signed in, please? We'll now move to the open forum where the public is invited to make an issue-oriented comment on any matter of public concern not otherwise on the agenda. I'm getting a list here. Thank you. Linda Stell.
Hi, everybody. I'm Linda Stell, and I live at 261 Stone Gate Road, right across the street. Oh, that's okay. I'm here tonight to voice my disappointment that the public comments from last Thursday's public hearing of the UDO were not video recorded due to technical difficulties. So I wanted to come to tell you in person how much the Cary residents care about this community. And you can't get their heartfelt concern from an audio tape. My concern, which I wanted to relate to you in person, is about the disposition of this building, the Cary Village Hall. And I wanted you, Mayor Koenig, and trustees to understand the risk that will be placed on it with residential zoning. One of the purposes of the new UDO is to, quote, ensure and facilitate the preservation of sites, areas, and structures of historic, architectural, and aesthetic importance. Why put this and other important historic properties, such as the Two Penny Farm on Cary Algonquin Road, in dire jeopardy of demolition with unprotected zoning? And I'm here in person asking you to consider creating a historic preservation zoning category to plaque these sites under the National Register of Historic Places and pass into law preservation easements, which have the strongest protection. The benefits include access to state, federal, and private grants for restoration, but more importantly, showing the community that the Village of Cary listens to its residents. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody else that would like to address the village board? Anybody? Public comments? Okay, we'll go ahead and close public comments. 6:03.
Thanks.
Got some fun things to do here tonight. I have a proclamation in recognition of the contributions of the Cary Fire Protection District Chief Jeff Macko to the Village of Cary. Whereas Jeff Macko was appointed as a firefighter for the Cary Fire Protection District in 1973, and whereas he has been previously appointed to the ranks of lieutenant, captain, assistant chief, deputy chief, and chief of the Cary Fire Protection District. And whereas he's held emergency medical technician B certification for over 40 years. And whereas he's appointed to the position of fire chief for the Cary Fire Protection District in 2000, a position also previously held by his father, Lester Macko. And whereas during his tenure as fire chief, he was president of the Mutual Aid Box Alarm System, Illinois, as well as president of the Mutual Aid Box Alarm System, Division 5, and participated in several professional organizations such as the Lake and McHenry County Special Response Team, Executive Board, McHenry County Fire Chiefs Board, and was affiliated with the Metro Fire Chiefs, Illinois Fire Chiefs Association, and the International Fire Chiefs Association. And whereas for over 45 years, he has served the Village of Cary and surrounding communities by delivering high-quality professional emergency management, fire protection, and emergency medical service. Now, therefore, I, Mark Koenig, Mayor of the Village of Cary, wish to recognize Fire Chief Jeff Macko for his selfless dedication and the to the Cary Fire Protection District and for the services he has provided to the Village of Cary. You can't get out of here without a plaque. Come on over here.
Did I do all that stuff?
You did. No wonder you're retiring. You must be exhausted. In addition to the proclamation, which you'll get an official signed one when it's done. This is Village of Cary presented to Chief Jeff Macko in recognition of his service and selfless dedication to the Cary Fire Protection District and to the residents of the Village of Cary. So thank you very much for your service. It's been a pleasure working with you. It's been fun.
It's been a pleasure working with the Village of Cary all these years.
Well, we have remarkable first responders. I'm a huge advocate of I call them our first advocates for Public Works, Police Department, and our Fire Protection District. It's an amazing organization. As I mentioned before, I even showed up at one of your meetings in just utter amazement at how well he did that. We had that fire up at 750 Kachina and Cary Travel. Could have been something absolutely horrendous. You guys struck it down really quick. It was just amazing. I just happened to be there when it all went down. It was an unbelievable opportunity to watch you guys in action. So there was no dogging along and no one just talking amongst themselves. They just got down there and they did their job and it was done with minimal damage. So we thank you very much for everything that you've done.
All these folks out here deserve as much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You could, I think that'd be better if you wanted to introduce Chief Delatorre.
You're the same.
I'm very proud to introduce, well, most of you know him already, but the gentleman that took over for me and is the next chief of the Cary Fire Protection District, Chief Brad Delatorre. He'll do great things for you. Anything else? All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank all of you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
See ya.
Is it something we said?
Enjoy your meeting.
There must be cake or donuts somewhere, right?
Thank you again.
Thank you, Chief.
I think I left my car running.
Okay, moving along, trustee reports. Trustee McAlpine had asked.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that I had an opportunity. The Chamber of Commerce held the Mayor's Roundtable on Valentine's Day, a sweet deal, so to speak. And I want to commend. I know that Brian Simmons put a lot of work together, and I'm sure all the other department heads with doing a fantastic job on the PowerPoint presentation. And the mayor did a great job delivering that and really kind of giving the state of Cary what's going on in there. So it was a lot of valuable information. I think that it would be behoove everyone here to get a copy of the PowerPoint to maybe take a look at it, see what they thought of it. But it was a great job. So thank you to the Chamber of Commerce and thank you to the mayor and all the staff for putting that together for the village.
Thank you.
We will have the PowerPoint on our website too for any members of the public that are interested in seeing it. So if it's not there already, it will be up here shortly.
Yeah, I was told it would be up yesterday. The newspaper was looking for it. Okay, well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. It was a nice event. The Chamber always does a really good job helping us highlight all the successes that we've had and things that we're looking forward to. So thank you very much. All right, moving to the consent agenda, I will entertain a motion to approve consent agenda items 1 through 3 as shown on the village's website and is displayed on the video monitor during the village board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Kostler,
Yes.
Cavelli,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Betts,
Yes.
Weinhammer,
Yes.
McAlpine.
Yes.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion to approve a resolution authorizing the village administrator to purchase provisional bulk salt, road salt in the amount not to exceed $51,000.
So moved.
Second.
I think we all know what this is for.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I'm sure as everyone's aware, this has been quite the unusually harsh winter season. That being said, the village would like to maintain our salt inventory just to be sure we have adequate supplies for any continuing winter effects that are currently forecasted to go into March. That being said, our salt reserves now for the near term are adequate. However, coming before you with this approval will enable us to order additional salt more quickly when we need it, so that it is here in an effort to ensure that there isn't a lag in delivery and response. So we proposed up to this amount. Should we not require it, or should the winter forecast not be as predicted, then obviously we will not purchase the full amount. We'll only purchase what we need. But if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
And Director Morimoto, can you expand on the price per ton that we'll be paying here with the potential additional order of salt?
Certainly. Currently, the village participates in a jointly bid contract through Lake County. They've included a lot of municipalities and agencies in that county, as well as some in southeast McHenry County. With that contract, we currently have a unit cost for our standard allotment of salt at about $62.51 per ton. The contract allows for additional purchases beyond that amount at a contract rate of $65.71 per ton. So we are currently in the existing contract rates. We're just requesting the approval to go beyond our currently budgeted amount in the event that it's required.
So it's important to note, and I just say that just with this additional salt purchase, it's just slightly over what we paid originally for our first order of salt, I'll say.
And are we still getting it, is it still discounted somewhat because we're still part of the municipal partnering? Because it still would be more than $65.71 if we were just buying it on our own.
Yes, if I were to go to bid at this late in the
Correct.
season, it would most likely be a lot higher.
Correct. So again, I'm thrilled that we're doing municipal partnering. This is just an example for our residents to show how in tune we are with looking for opportunities to save money. So thank you for doing that. And of course, I think everyone wants us to be safe with salt.
Certainly. Any other questions?
Yeah, just for Jake.
Sure.
Since this is over a budgeted amount, where are the funds going to be coming from? Which fund?
Well, it would still come out of the same line item if we do purchase it. Our appropriation ordinance does allow us to purchase additional salt if needed, so that the funds are available through the appropriation ordinance. Mm-hmm. If we do purchase this, certainly the board will be made aware of it.
Any other comments?
We would just go over that budget line item. So.
Anything else? Roll call, please.
Weinhammer? Yes. Cavelli?
Yes.
McAlpine?
Yes.
Kostler?
Yes.
Betts?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion to approve a resolution approving the Village of Cary social media policies.
So moved.
Second.
If you see on the dais, there was an addition added by Trustee Weinhammer about, we go under Section C, line 3, elected officials. Originally, it said elected village officials are prohibited from posting or responding to items on the village's Facebook page and other social media sites. This is done to limit potential violations of the Open Meetings Act or other professional conflicts. What Trustee Weinhammer has suggested is striking and other social media sites. I think that we're just more concerned about village business on village websites, so that was a good catch on Trustee Weinhammer's part. Any other questions on that part of it?
There was another comment that we had too from another trustee just related to item 6. It's on under D6, page 3, as it relates to official accounts. There was some concern in there about having elected officials being included within that paragraph. Certainly the intent here with this is just that there aren't any Facebook pages that are set up by elected officials that say, this is the Village of Cary's Facebook page. I know that this group doesn't do that. We include that language just that going forward, we want to make sure that's clear with all elected officials. But if the board would like to make that change, we can certainly strike elected officials from that section.
Yeah, I would like to see elected officials stricken from the whole document, actually.
That was my concern, number 6. So I would like to see that part, the elected officials portion eliminated.
Can you explain why you would like don't you think that we should all abide by the policies as do the employees?
Well, my concern was it says village employees and elected officials are prohibited from creating, maintaining, or contributing to a social media account on behalf of the village and representing or purporting to represent the village or to conduct any village business without first receiving approval from their supervisor if an employee or the village administrator. So I had some concern with where we get into some gray areas as far as contributing, and that was my concern.
Yeah, I also feel it's self-policing. I don't think any of us are going to go on the village's Facebook page and make comments, and the rules are contradictory to state law. I mean, you can't restrict elected officials' free speech. So,
Anybody else have any comments on that?
I just want to make sure for clarification. So are we concerned that a village official in a capacity of a resident being able to respond, is that what we're concerned with? I'm just trying to clarify.
no, I think this spells out elected officials as part of the rules, and I'd like to see that stricken. So I don't know why elected officials are specifically pointed out.
Well, I would say it's a best practice. Certainly, we don't want to get into any Open Meetings Act violation issues.
But once again, that's self-policing. If somebody does violate OMA, then that's on them.
No, I understand it. Again, it's a best practice here. If the board wants to adopt additional language, certainly there can be some discussion about that. So I think with the item 6 that I mentioned, we'd be comfortable with removing that. I believe it's also mentioned under subparagraph C, item 3 specifically mentions elected officials are prohibited from posting on the village's Facebook page. I would like to see that in there. Certainly if village board members want to stricken that language, you have the right to do so. I just don't want to get an Open Meetings Act issue where 3 people are responding on the village's Facebook page.
I'd be okay with keeping that language, C3, because I would be concerned with that, and I'd also be concerned that, people would be vying to potentially get their position out there first, and that could just create some tension with the board and everything else. So I would be in favor of keeping C3, just to be fair to everyone.
So you're in favor of keeping elected officials with the stricken and other social media
With
sites?
the stricken portion, yeah.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with the group that we have up here now, but going forward, it's just I want to make sure that it's clear for all elected officials in the future.
Carmen, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
I certainly echo Jake's comments regarding Open Meeting Act violations. In an instance such as a Facebook post where an individual may be looking through comments and may not see the entirety of the comment section, you could have an OMA violation when 1 or 2 trustees have previously commented and then you add your comment thinking there was not a prior comment. Because of the Local Records Act requirements to maintain comments, even if they are later deleted, you may run into both OMA and Local Record Acts violations at the same time without really knowing that it's happening. There's also a gray area with what is a specific conversation under OMA? What is a meeting? Does that just involve one post or a series of posts on the same subject? The Attorney General has not ruled in that regard yet, and I don't think we want to have the village be the first test case for that.
Agreed. This is the first run at this. I believe that we can modify things as we go along, as we see fit. I think this is a great starting point to allow us the opportunity to present factual information on social media for everybody to see right from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Trustee Weinhammer, is there anything else that you wanted to add to this?
No.
Trustee McAlpine?
Well, I'm very excited because on the first day that I was sworn in, I've been asking for a Facebook page, simply because I felt that there was so much of that out there. And, specifically people on this board were totally against it. I mean, vehemently against it, to the point that we had meetings and was told absolutely not. They didn't want it. They didn't think we should have it. So I'm just curious. I'm thrilled. But what made you change your mind and think we should have a Facebook page now for the village? I would ask that to maybe Jim and Kim.
I didn't realize you guys were against it. I didn't think you were.
Absolutely. I asked for it the very first day I got sworn in. I asked for it a couple of other times.
No,
I
think-
believe you were in favor of a social media policy.
Yes.
No, I was in favor of a Facebook.
I think what it was you were in favor of
disagree.
restricting our free speech
And that's
on
where-
Facebook.
No, absolutely not. I was in favor of a Facebook page, but
And you
it
held
doesn't,
social
at this
media
point, I'm just
workshop
absolutely
that
thrilled
the
if something
taxpayers
changed.
paid for.
I'm sorry, just let me finish. If something changed and you are in favor of it now, I think that's great. So that's just absolutely great. I'm thrilled that we're going to get one.
Trustee Kraus, do you have anything?
No, I don't.
Trustee Betts?
No.
Anything else from Trustee Costner, Cavalli?
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're voting on here. Are we voting on an edited version of this?
I am just
or-
going, I was waiting to hear all the rest of the comments, then I could make a change to the original motion.
Yeah.
All right, I will entertain a motion to approve a resolution approving the Village of Cary social media policies with the following edits. Under Section 3, Action C, Item 3, we are striking "and other social media sites." In addition, under Section D, Number 6, we are striking "elected officials." Could I have a roll call on the amendment, please?
Could I also make another edit, since the title is use of village social media accounts by village staff and elected officials, that we just say social media accounts by village staff,
What part is that in?
the title.
Well, there is some reference to elected officials in here.
Okay.
Could I have a roll call for the amendment, please?
Cavelli?
Yes.
McAlpine?
Yes?
Betts?
Yes.
Weinhammer?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
Costler?
No, I'd like more.
Pardon me?
I'd like more amended, so no, I'm a no.
Okay, so that's for the amendment. Going back to the motion, could you do another roll call on that, please?
Kraus?
Yes.
Weinhammer?
Yes.
Cavelli?
I'm sorry, we're voting on something different now.
Well, I wanted to vote, I wanted to get it on record that we were making these changes to the original, so I wanted to vote in for the amended. Now we're going, it reverts back to what the original motion is with those amendments, so just to tidy it all up.
So originally it was to make the amended motion, and now it's to vote for the changes.
correct.
Is that
Right.
correct?
Okay, I just want to
Is
make
that
sure I'm
correct?
correct on what I'm voting for.
Technically.
Yes.
Costler?
No.
McAlpine?
Yes?
Kraus?
I thought it, yes.
Oh, yeah, your name is twice, sorry. Betts?
Yes.
She voted twice. Do you think you're in Chicago?
Right. Thank you.
We have a couple slides too, I guess, while we have them loaded up here that we'll flip through. We already have the Facebook page that's set up here. Staff has put together a page that's ready to go live once we get this policy disseminated to our appropriate staff members that are going to be responsible for the page. We'll get the Facebook page live, so we expect to do that this week. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you, Eric. Okay, I will entertain a motion to approve the February 5th, 2019 Village Board meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
McAlpine?
Yes?
Costler?
Yes.
Betts?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
Weinhammer? Abstain. Cavelli?
Yes.
Thank you. And just as a matter of procedure, we are continuing the approval of ordinance accepting a warranty deed for the transfer of property from Lafarge Aggregates Meyer Material to the Village of Cary. That has been continued to March 5th, 2019. Jacob, any reports?
Just again, reminder for our residents, we'll have a budget meeting here to go over all our funds on March 16th, Saturday, 9 a.m. Certainly the public is welcome to attend and participate in that meeting.
Thank you. Chief Finland? Eric Morimoto, nothing? Michael? Thank you. Any future agenda items and discussion by the Village Board?
I just want to talk about the Facebook, backing up to it. I know, we have an upcoming election here in April, but I don't like that Trustee McAlpine is bringing up something and kind of putting, you're up for election, Kim and Jim are up for election, and you're pointing out something that never even happened between them. And I find it distasteful. So if you have a personal problem with another trustee or something like that, can you just hold it in so we can move forward with the meeting? And if you want to talk to them about something privately afterwards that you have a problem with them about, can you just talk to them about it privately afterwards?
Trustee Weinemar, everyone is welcome to their opinion. I do know what happened. I do know what I asked for on day one. And there was not an issue at that point when I started with this board. I didn't have an issue. I was just saying I thought we should have a Facebook page.
Well,
There was nothing else going on.
too, and I thought that you guys had.
This is because,
Let me just say it.
You did say it.
No,
one at a
you
time.
keep talking, and Jim was trying to talk earlier, and you're like, "Let me finish." That you guys did have an attorney that was here that the village did pay for to talk about a social media policy with regard to their website, Cary Connection. They never said that they didn't want a Facebook page for the village. So I just want to make that clear. And I know there's an election coming up, and you're trying to make yourself look so good, and then you want to put them down maybe. But I just want to be able to move forward without all this tit for tat stuff. Okay?
I
Thank you.
certainly understand that, and that's not my goal. My goal was to ask a question because I've been asking for almost 4 years. I was just curious what the change was.
Because when we talked about it at the last one, I didn't think you were even in favor of it.
Absolutely, I've always been in favor of it. Okay.
all right, thank you. Let's move along. Is there anything else that's future agenda items and discussion by village board? Okay, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, give us 5 minutes to get the video all up and running again.